Alright, the final pressure fundamental is fore and aft pressure, controlling how pressure is distributed along the length of the ski. There are really three ways we can do this. We can move the center of mass forward or backward relative to the base of support. We can move the base of support forward or backward relative to the center of mass. And the most effective way is we can move both in opposite directions at the same time. Let's take a look at that really quick. So we can move the center of mass forward or backward relative to the base of support, as Ron is doing here. The base of support being your feet here, and your center of mass being somewhere around here, moving above your base of support. The other way that we can do this is we can move our base of support under our center of mass, having our center of mass stay in one place and our base of support sliding on the snow to move the base of support over. And then the third way, and the most effective, is we can do these things opposite of each other or at the same time. As we move the base of support back, we move our center of mass forward, and that creates the most effective and efficient way to move our center of mass over the front of the ski. The third one is where a lot of dynamic skiing lives. You're actively managing both body and skis in sync, but moving in opposite directions to stay powerful and balanced. A really key piece here is understanding how each joint affects our movement fore and aft, starting with the ankles. When we extend or open the ankles, the center of mass moves backwards. When we flex or close the ankles, the center of mass moves forward. You can see that here. This blue dot is our ankle joint. If we extend this ankle joint, then our center of mass here with the cross will move backwards. If we flex the ankle joint, then our center of mass will move forward. For the knee, it's actually the opposite. If we extend the knee, the center of the mass will move forward, and if we flex it, it will move backwards. And the hips here are the same as the ankles. The hip extension moves the center of mass backwards. With this extension, the center of mass moves backwards, and the flexion moves it forward. Don't worry about all of this. I use this for a different example to show that the head will be moving forward and not up with a proper extension move of the knees, which is what we're looking for in a high-level racer. In general, we use the ankles to move the center of mass forward along the ski. That lets us bend the front of the ski and engage the tips, giving us better control from the front of the ski rather than getting stuck on the tails of the skis. One big thing to remember here is as the skis accelerate, there's always a force trying to push your body backward towards the tails. So to stay balanced, we have to actively move forward with the skis, keeping up with them as they travel down the hill. This is why many people consider fore and aft pressure to be the most important pressure fundamental to get right. If you're not balanced in the middle of the ski, it's almost impossible to blend the other fundamentals, edging, rotation, or the rest, effectively into the turn. Let's look at some examples to see this in action. So in high-level racers, these movements can look really, really subtle, and that's because they're incredibly efficient. With Hirscher here, this is during his transition. You can see the base of support on the new outside ski move slightly backward as that ski engages. At the same time, his ankle flexes forward, pulling the center of mass right over the front of the ski. It's a very small but precise movement. You can see it with the lead of this ski a little bit. This ski is let out, and that's because we're releasing this ski, and he's moving his weight to be balanced on this, diving forward to find the front of this boot and flex here. And you can see that as this ski pulls backwards and the lead continues to poke out. An important thing to understand is how stiff these race boots are. You can see that here. There's just not going to be a lot of movement out of these boots because they are so stiff. They do that so that there's no forgiveness and they don't have to make such a dramatic move forward in order to find pressure on the front of that boot. If you pressure the front of the boot, again, this is your base of support, pressuring the front of the boot will drive pressure to the tips of the skis. Now let's take a look at Michaela. Her movement is a bit more dramatic, so you can see it a little bit better. Let's slow it down. When looking at this, her movement is a bit more dramatic. You can really see the base of support shifting as she transitions from one ski to the other. You can see that here. The ski is going to pull back, and this ski is going to push forward. I want you to watch this right ski pulling back, and she finds the engagement on that front of that ski. You can really see the base of support shifting as she transitions. That constant switching, the one ankle flexing as the other releases, is just another great example of the fore and aft rhythm that runs throughout skiing.